How can you do that without being rude? What is going on today, guys? So it's a beautiful morning. Also, today we're going to talk about how to say no to people without being rude. So you might be asking yourself, why would I want to say no to my friends or my family members or anyone that I care about? That doesn't really make sense. There's a couple of reasons why you might want to do this, and it's not always a bad thing. You might be trying to avoid a triggering situation, or maybe a toxic person, or maybe just toxic activities that just really bring your mood down, things that maybe aren't going to be good for you to be doing all the time. It could be that you just got a lot on your plate right now and you don't want to overload yourself, like mentally or physically. It could just be that you need to practice some assertiveness, or maybe you just need to kind of take a little bit more control of your schedule. Now, there are dangers to it as well. You don't want to be saying no all the time and spending way too much alone time, because that's not going to be good for you mentally either. As humans, we do need a connection, obviously. We need to be with other people sometimes and sharing ideas and getting affection and giving affection. When you're saying no to people, you do obviously have the fear that they're not going to like you anymore, or the fear that maybe they're going to stop inviting you out. If you do surround yourself with good people, and obviously you're not saying no all the time, you're just kind of reserving that for when you need to take alone time, your friends are going to understand and they're going to get it, because they're probably going to be the same. But even if they're not the same, then if they love you and they respect you, then they'll understand that sometimes some people do need alone time, right? There's different types of personalities, and some people recharge when they're with people in regards to their energy levels, and some people recharge when they're by themselves. It just does depend on your personality. If you do need some alone time and you need to say no to somebody because they're asking you about plans, or they just want to hang out with you when you need to work, or maybe you just need some alone time, how can you do that without being rude? It's kind of tough, just because you are saying no to somebody. There are certain ways to do it so that you're not always leaving a horrible impression on them. Now, a lot of the times when we are going to say no to somebody, we're going to start off with saying like, hey man, thanks so much for the invitation. I really appreciate it, but I've got work to do, so unfortunately I can't hang out today. Which is great. You're pretty much saying everything that needs to be said, but in my experience, what that does is it kind of leaves them feeling like abandoned, or like you're just kind of putting other values above them. And so one thing that I've started to try recently, and it's just something that I've kind of heard about through reading and stuff like that, it's essentially kind of doing it in the reverse order. Basically, if you notice what I said, it starts off with a really positive tone, and then throughout the sentence it just drifts off and it becomes almost a negative tone. Like, I got a lot of work to do, so I can't hang out today. You're kind of just leaving it on a negative connotation. The other thing that I missed is I didn't even offer a reschedule, so they're gonna kind of feel abandoned. So what I do suggest is just crack off with the bad news first, and then kind of bring it up on a lighter tone, and then offer to reschedule. So what that would sound like: hey man, I'm really overloaded with work, so I don't know if I can leave my place tonight, but I really appreciate you asking me to come out and hang out with you. Because I can't tonight, maybe let's try for the weekend. How's Friday night or Saturday night for you? When you end it off in like a positive tone like that, then people are going to obviously remember that emotion last. That's going to be when they remember the last interaction with you, they're going to remember, oh, he ended on a positive note. It's not going to be something they do consciously, but it's going to work in your favor, trust me. Just always end it on a positive note. The other thing that you're doing there is offering to reschedule, which is great, because then people are going to understand like, hey, this person still values me, they still want to see me, it's just not going to work out tonight. Right, so that's going to be beneficial for you as well. Not only is this going to give you a little bit more control over your own schedule, when you're actually being selective with when you see people, then you're going to be a lot more present with them when you do get to see them, if that makes sense. If I'm just like impulsively seeing people all the time, then when I see them, my mind is still elsewhere, because I'm thinking about things I have to do, or I'm thinking about things that I haven't done yet, like chores. Or when you choose to go and hang out with them, you're like, yeah, you know what, I do have some free time, and yes, I should go hang out, I've caught up on all my things. Then you're going to be a lot more present when you're with them, and they're going to enjoy your company a lot more, and you're going to get to enjoy their company a lot more. So it's going to be a lot more of a genuine situation for you. you guys as well. So that's one of the other benefits for it. Now, at the end of the day, basically, what I suggest is do the things that you love. So if you don't want to say no, don't say no. Go and enjoy the things that you love to do. Just try not to neglect all the things that you have to do as well, or the things that you should be doing as well, right? Sometimes they don't align, but as long as you have a good balance, I'm sure you'll be fine. The other thing is, you don't want to just say no to things because of the people that are going or the things that you might be doing. It's always important to try new things and kind of surround yourself with people that have different opinions, or maybe you didn't get along with them, and that's an opportunity for you to either understand them better or see them in a different, setting or surrounding. Maybe they're going to act differently around different people. Who knows? It's just a new opportunity to try new things. So don't just say no to things because they're going to be a little bit uncomfortable. Do what you love. And I hope everyone has a really sick day, a really sick week. Go out there and enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, as usual.